Very good evening, Namaskaram. We'll start. Now, before starting the session, as usual, we start with a prayer. Simply sit in any comfortable position. Close your eyes, palms together. Seek the blessings from the gods and the gurus. As you feel you are done, slowly open your eyes. Hope everyone was fine. Everyone can hear me, see the screen, and see me as well. Say yes or no.
Yes.
That's awesome. Great. I'll start the class right away. Before that, we have to revise. Let's make this one as a ritual. Give me 1 second. Let me pull up that revision PDF. Okay, I need few volunteers.
Okay.
Yes, give me 1 second. I share the screen.
Hi, Vanessa.
Hello. Hi.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, before maybe you start, I also wanted to introduce Soumya. Sir had asked me to do some stuff. Yeah, I mean, as I messaged you, and yeah, she's joined from today. So she'll be probably taking over with the Tamil version of the classes because she was with the Tamil scripts.
That's awesome.
Later, yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to put a word to you.
That's awesome, Sophia. Thank you so much. Welcome, Soumya. You also in this class. You also in this class now. Very welcome. I know also Kamal. So if any point in time, if I can do any help, please ask me. I can help as much as I can. Okay, give me a second. I'm trying to in the process of opening the video. Yes, I did. 1 second. Let's share this. Okay. Okay, this is our usual practice. The people who are new to this, very first time you are attending this class, we had one practice in every class beginning. We revise the few slides, then we jump into the class directly. Okay. Any of the some of the volunteers in the class, they will read that whatever the things in the slide. The students also, along with them, you can mentally repeat whatever they are reading so that it will imbibe in you slowly. It may take time, but that's totally fine. How many times we are repeating the same thing again and again, it easily digests in ourselves. Okay. Yes, somebody volunteer for this. Can you please unmute yourself, sir? I don't know who did that. Anyone volunteer to read this? Otherwise, you will really get bored when I read the same thing again. Oh, sorry. Everyone can hear me, right?
Yes.
Yes. Can anyone volunteers can read this?
Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces.
Okay. These are all the zodiac signs in the English name. Okay. Next volunteer, please. We quickly finish this one, and we can directly jump into the class. Okay. This one is in the Sanskrit name. You have to read only the Sanskrit name, not in the English name.
May I, madam?
Yes, please. So no need to ask. You can jump in right away.
Mesha, Vrishava, Mithuna, Karka, Simha, Kanya, Tula, Vrishchika, Dhanush, Makara, Kumbha, Meena.
That's awesome. Okay, next volunteer, please. Okay, this one we already know. Anyway, if anybody can repeat this.
Sun. Hello?
Please go ahead. Yes, please go ahead. I can hear you.
Sun, Moon, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, Saturn, Rahu, Ketu.
That's totally awesome. Okay. The last one. Okay, this is about which planet it owns this house. How you have to read this one? Aries and the Scorpio is owned by Mars. Venus owned by Taurus and Libra. Mercury owned by Gemini and Virgo. Anybody can do this? Yes, please go ahead.
So Mars owns Aries and Scorpio. Venus owns Taurus and Libra. Mercury owns Gemini and Virgo. Moon owns the Cancer. Sun owns the Leo. Jupiter owns Sagittarius and Pisces. Saturn owns Capricorn and Aquarius.
Okay. Do you want to take one challenge?
Yes.
Anybody can repeat the same thing in Sanskrit name without seeing the Sanskrit name itself. Is that possible for you?
Try.
You want to try? Okay, let's go ahead. Let's try. Okay, this is the Mesham, Rishabam, Mithunam, Kadakam, Simmam, Kanni, Tulam, Vrikshikam, Dhanush, Makaram, Kumbham, Meenam. So how you have to read this? Mesham, Vrikshikam owned by Mars. Is that possible for you? You can read, or let's make it as a next week homework. So I have to show this in the chat, but you have to tell this in the Sanskrit name. Is that possible for you next week? Or if anybody can do it in this week also, please go ahead. Which is okay. This week or next week? Okay, let's do it then next week. Anybody was volunteering? I heard some voice.
Yeah. Can I try?
Yes, go ahead. Please try.
Mesham and Vrishchikam owned by Mars. And Rishabam and Tulam owned by Venus. Mithunam and Kanni owned by Mercury.
Kadagam.
Kadakam owned by Cancer.
Kadagam is nothing but Karka.
Simha owned by Sun.
Sun. Okay, this one.
Dhanush and Meena owned by Jupiter.
Makaram
owned by
Makaram Kumbham
and Kumbham owned by Sun.
That's totally awesome. Unbelievable. That's totally fantastic. Okay. The Mars Venus is the English name, right? The equivalent to that is SIVA. Okay. Let me make it as the next week then. I don't want to confuse you totally all the things into one. Okay. Anyone volunteer to read this box? It's all the houses, 12 houses. We are imagining the first two, here is the first house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are imagining that one. This is in everybody's chart. Your Lagna is your first house. Okay. Anyone want to volunteer here?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, please
Losses.
go ahead.
Losses.
No. Start from here. Start from the second box. The cursor was there, right? Imagine that is the first house. Okay, first house. How you have to start? The first house is self, physical body, general character. Second house is wealth, family, speech, and resources. Is that okay?
Okay.
Yeah, please start.
First house is self.
Oh, sorry. My bad. Sorry, I just moved. Yeah, please go. Give me a second. Why I'm doing this? I'm sorry. Yeah, please go ahead. You see the screen, right? Oh, do you hear me? Someone volunteer I interrupted.
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
Self. Self, physical body, general characteristics. The second house, wealth, family, speech, resources, siblings, courage. Next is mother, peace,
Fourth
happiness.
house is mother.
Fourth house, happiness, education, comfort. Fifth house is children, fame, talent, emotions. Sixth is enemies, obstacles, diseases, accidents. Seventh house is relationship, spouse, partners. Longevity, troubles, secrets, occult signs, in-laws. Guru,
Ninth
father,
house.
ninth house, Guru, ninth, Guru, father, luck, fortune, dharma. 10th house is work, career, power, status. 11th house, income, friends, elder brother. Last
12th house.
11th house, losses,
12th
donations.
12th house.
Sorry, 12th house, sacrifice, spirituality, imprisonment, foreign life.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, that's all about our revision today. Okay. Okay, now we jump into our class. This is our exact class for this week. I hope everyone can see this slide. Give me a second. Everyone can see this? See the slides, right? Yes or no? Oh, I think it is.
Yes, madam.
Thank you, sir. Okay. Okay, now we are going see. It's a part of your last week class, but we will quickly go through this one. Okay. So imagine you are in the year. So the entire galaxy, the entire celestial bodies was divided into 12 parts. As we learned earlier, if you are standing in the year and you can see a 360 degree, the entire 360 degree is divided into 30 degree, 30 degree. So that becomes the 12 parts. So the every 12 parts are having the number of the stars, number of the celestial bodies. So the prominent one, the center and the biggest one are grouped together and they call it as the names. That's why we call it as a zodiac sign. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 till 12 zodiac signs we have. Okay. So imagine you are in the earth here. One child was born at this point in time. When the earth, eastern side, imagine this is the eastern side. When the sun rises on the eastern side, that time when the child was born, at which point the zodiac sign that the 30 degree point was crossing, that becomes your ascendant. Until this point clear? So we know how this 12 parts was separated. Then every zodiac sign, the outer circle was the every zodiac sign name. Okay, imagine the earth was rotating and it was crossing the eastern horizon. Okay, the last week we learned about this one, right? The sun and the stars is always there. The sun, but we in the earth, what we learn, the sun set in the west, rise in the east. Why we learned like that? Because the earth is also revolving. When it was revolving, it was exposed on the eastern side. And that's why it looks like the sun rises on the east and sets on the west. So that's why whenever there was a eastern horizon, okay, one more point here. Every day the earth is also rotating. The earth will take 2 hours at least to cross one house. Consider this is the one, this 130 degree. This 130 degree, it takes 2 hours to cross. 2 hours, like that. The 24 hours was divided into the 24 hours divided by 2. So every earth passes through every 12 houses, every 12 zodiac sign. I need to give the houses. Consider it as a 12 zodiac sign. So one zodiac sign, the earth takes 2 hours in a day. In a day, it takes 2 hours to move 130 degree. Once it's finished, then move on to 30 to 60 degree. Then next 2 hours moves to 60 to 90 degree. Like that, it completes 24 hours in a day. So when the child was born on the earth, that point in time, the eastern horizon, that eastern horizon which belongs to which zodiac sign, that becomes your ascendant. Okay, this much clear? Okay, now I believe it was clear. Now what we can going to see, this is once the child was born. Imagine this is the planetary position. The child was born on the eastern horizon at the Cancer zodiac sign. Then the second house, third house, fourth house, the planet was like this. Okay, how we are going to plot it in this kind of a square box was ascendant. What is that? It was the Cancer. So they in the chart they make it as the ASC, or in the, if you are in the Tamil language they make it as the La, or in Sanskrit also they make it as the Laknam. So once they make it as a ASC, that zodiac sign Cancer will come here. Okay, then they moved on to the second house. If there was any planets was there, then they make it as the second house. The Leo becomes the Ragu. I will come to this Ragu later on. There was one special thing about the Ragu and Ketu that we will see later. Okay, then the third house, there was no planets here. In the fourth house, there was no planet. In the fifth house, there was the Sun and the Mercury. So we're pointing fifth house, Sun and Mercury. Sagittarius in the sixth house. Imagine for this ascendant, this particular child who's born, the Cancer becomes this square becomes the first house. So first house, second, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then the seventh one, we are seeing if there any planet was there in the seventh, is Venus was there. So we mark it as the Venus. Then the eighth house, it was Aquarius. Then the ninth house, Pisces. So if you see this, ninth house, Mars. So here. So the Ketu, Rahu and Ketu, I'll tell you that later once we finish this chart. Then the ninth house is the Mars. 10th house is the Moon. Then the final one is the Saturn and the Jupiter. So now how you are pointing this one? Once the child was born, the particular eastern horizon is marked as the first house, that becomes a Lagna or ascendant. That zodiac sign, we're starting from here. Okay, so the Cancer is a starting point, that is the first house of that particular child. Then we mark all the planets from the second, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the planets. Okay, we have the 7 planets and the 2 shadow planets, Rahu and Ketu. So totally 9. There is a high possibility that the squares can be empty. That is totally possible. Okay. Okay. Before coming into this, now tell me the few things interesting point about the Rahu and Ketu is all the time the Rahu and Ketu will be always in the 180 degree. Okay, because it was a south node and the north node. You remember in the last classes we saw when the sun and the earth is also revolving, sun is also revolving, the moon is also revolving. When the sun and the moon crosses each other, that point it may cross on the top also, it may cross on the bottom also. Imagine it was in elliptical orbit. The sun is also rotating, the moon is also rotating, the earth is also rotating. So that point in time, when the sun and the moon touches on the top, considered as the north node. Touches on the south, considered as the south node. That becomes the Rahu and the Ketu. So that's why all the time it always be in the 180 degree angle. If you see this, consider Rahu is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. all the time it's always in the 180 degree. If the Rahu was here, exact diagonal, the Ketu will be there. In all the in any birth chart you see, all the time it should be in the 180 degree angle. So, for example, if the Rahu was here, exact seventh place the Ketu will be here. Okay, that is special about the Rahu and Ketu. Now we'll see one example. Consider this is the one Lagna chart. Imagine the one girl child. I'm making it as my name as the example. So today the child was born on the 1359. Okay, this is the chart was produced on that time. Now we have a quiz here. Okay, now tell me which is the ascendant. What is the zodiac sign of the ascendant?
Virgo.
Virgo. Awesome. That's fantastic. So that is the first house. Now the second house, is there any planet?
Ketu.
Ketu was there. Third house? No.
No.
Fourth house? No. Okay. Fifth house, the Pluto, leave it because it was Astro Sage was creating the Pluto so planet. Leave that one. Then, okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sixth house, what is the planet?
Saturn.
Okay. Seventh house, leave it, Neptune, leave it. Pluto and Neptune, we don't need to consider. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Eighth house?
Jupiter and Rahu.
Okay. Jupiter and Rahu. Fantastic. Ninth house?
Mercury.
Mercury. Okay. 10th house?
Moon.
Moon and sun.
Moon and sun. Okay. The sun is important. Don't forget the sun. All the time remember the sun as well. Okay. Then the 11th house?
Venus and Mars.
Fantastic. 12th house, there was nothing. Okay. What are the other things we have to notify in this kind of the chart? So we know the ascendant, that is the Lagna. We understand that. For our studying purpose, we understand the Ketu exactly have to be present in the 180 degree. Is that present? Yes. The Rahu is exactly on the 180 degree. How we know that was a 180 degree? Count from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. From the Ketu, if we count to the Rahu, it should be on the 7th place. Okay, I don't want to confuse here with the 7th and the 1 because when I say again the ascendant was the first place, you get confused. That's why I always said it was a 180 degree. Imagine it was in a 180 degree. Okay, that was a Rahu and Ketu. Then when you see the sun is the birth month of the child. Okay, we'll see that in the next slides how we can predict that. Okay, how we can match with the sun movement with the month. Okay, then where you can see the moon here.
Same place as sun.
Yeah, what is the zodiac sign here?
Gemini.
Gemini.
Gemini. Very good, fantastic. Mithuna. So the Mithuna is the Rasi for this child. Who were born on this, who the chart belongs to. The moon becomes the Rasi, sun becomes the month of the birth, Okay. So until here we are perfect. You're good. Till now we can understand, right? There's one interesting point here. See, starting from this in any chart, starting from this house to this house, it considers the Uttarayana. Imagine from here, you see my cursor, right? Everyone can able to see the cursor. Otherwise, if I tell you the name, you can see the cursor, right? Okay, fantastic. So this point to this point is considered as the Uttarayana. Uttarayana means the sun moves towards the north. Then the Dakshinayana means the sun moves towards the south. Okay. Then from here, from this house, that's the Karka house, to the Dhanush, considered the Dakshinayana. Okay. There was a one simple thing. When the child who's born on this Uttarayana having the higher level of the immunity power naturally. But any people can develop their immunity power based on their will and their healthy habits. But the natural gift here is the child who are born on this Uttarayana time, they naturally have the good immune system in their body, built-in immune system. Okay. So you may ask, so the people who are born on the Dakshinayana, they had a sick body. No, it's not like that. The naturally providing the immune system will be less. That's it. That's why when the people's in the earlier times, not in the earlier times, nowadays also the people are expecting, if the child was born on the Uttarayana, they expect the child have to be born on the Uttarayana. They also do that kind of a calculation. Okay, we leave that one. Okay, then one last thing about in this chart. That is, everybody knows about the Tithi, right? Ekadasi, Dwadasi, Triyodasi, Chaturdashi. Okay, what does that mean? We'll understand that first. Tithi, nothing but what is the distance between your sun and the moon? For example, when considered sun and the moon are in the same place. Okay, then the sun moves away, slowly. Then it comes into 180-degree, exactly opposite to the sun. Okay, then it again goes away. Then it comes around, then comes into the sun one more time. Okay, when the sun and the moon are in the same place called Amavasa, 180-degree becomes the Purnama. Okay, so it moves from the 180-degree, right? This distance it takes 14 days. The 15th day becomes the Amavasa at the Purnama. So what is a Tithi means here is distance between the sun and the moon and the number of the days. That's it. So they in order to say this kind of a long sentence, they make it as a one word. Ekadasi. Ekadasi means the moon is away from 1 day, this much distance, 1 day away from the sun. And the Dwadasi, 2 days away from the sun. For example, Ekadasi, 11 days away from the sun. Like that, what they did, they measure the distance between the sun and the moon. So how it plays the roles in our life. So how we can find the sun and the moon here. Okay, if you can see the beautiful thing about today. Today is anybody knows about what is the special day today?
Amavasya.
Yeah. Do you see that in the chat? This is the today's chat. Do you see that? Moon and the sun are in the same place.
Yes.
What is that meaning? It is on the Amavasa. So how we can identify that when the child was born on the Amavasya, there is also some other calculations involved in it. The child may not be exactly born on that Amavasya. As per the today, it becomes the moon and the sun are the same on the Amavasya. That's why both the planets are in the same place. Okay. So then how we can do when the moon is also comes in the goes from the new moon to the full moon and the full moon to the new moon. That means then from the new moon is grows to the full moon, then the decrease to the new moon. Okay, that means from the Amavasa to Paurnami to Amavasa. So these 15 days, they call it as the Shukla Baksha and Krishna Baksha. Krishna Baksha means when the moon was reducing its size and come towards the Amavasa. Okay, Shukla Baksha means when the moon grows and becomes the Paurnami, that 15 days period is the Shukla Baksha. So anybody can easily identify that from this chart. How we can identify? Consider your, let me go to the previous chart. Okay, this one. Oh, there was no sun. Okay, the sun. This is the sun. From the sun, within the seven count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, this is the 7. So within the 7, if the moon was present, then the child was born on the Shukla Baksha. That is on the growing phase. Okay. When this is on the beloved and 8th to 12th house, then that becomes in the Krishna Baksha. Okay. That was a simple thing. So why we need to understand all this? Okay. Generally, when the people ask us to do the fasting on the Ekadashi, right? When you do this is generally they will always say do the fasting on the Ekadashi. It's a good to your body because on that day your food may becomes the poison. Instead of that, you do fasting, then it becomes the energize your body. But that differs from one person to another. How? Based on your birth-wise tithi. Suppose in case if you born on the Ekadasi, this principle may not work on you. That's you have to find out. Every individual have to find out. That is a general rule. In the Ekadasi, go for fasting. That is good for your health. That was the general thing. it may not be applicable to one individual. That's why you have to find out the person who born on Ekadasi, the fasting is good for them or not, based on their continuous research on their body, they have to find out. Why I'm telling this? Every 48 days, your body cycles is also changed. There is one in among the 48 days, there is a one day you have to fast. You no need to fast every month or every 15 days, but the one to 48 days, there was a one special day will come. You have to fast on that particular day. But how you can find out that one special day, that you have to put all your effort, then you have to find out on which day your food was not digested. Your food was what even the light food was not digested in your body. That day is your fasting day. But this one, in order to find out that one, you have to research on your body slow and steadily, and have some kind of a patient will exactly find you that one special day. Okay, then how comes this city will going to help you? Okay, this city is a kind of landmark for you. On while I'm doing this 15 day, when the growing phase of the moon, my digestive system was working well, then I'm good. Then I can leave this 15 days. Then research on the next 15 days. When the moon is on the decreasing phase, my digestion level was good, or find that out. So in that way, among the 48 days, in a year 365 days, right? Divided into 48 days, and that 48 days, find only one day. That is the best day for your fasting. It's in your individual's hand. Okay, then I move on. Okay, this is, we already saw this. I quickly move on to next. Okay, here comes the interesting. What is that? I remember the last week also I told you, right? We have to find out based on the movement of the sun, we can find out the birth year of the native. Birth year of the native means the whoever we are seeing the chart, whoever the chart belongs to. That is called as the native. So we can able to find out the native's birth month based on the sun movement. And also we know about the sun takes to cross one constellation. One constellation means this one zodiac sign. This one zodiac sign. This 30-degree sun takes 1 month to finish this one constellation. Then moves on to next month. Then moves on to next constellation. Next 30-degree. The constellation is nothing but whole 30-degree. Okay. Then it takes next 30 days, 1 month to cross one constellation to the another. That becomes our 1 year. Okay. So every time the sun starts from the Mesha, that is the Aries only, it starts. Okay. But that month, it's not our January. Okay. It is the April 14, May 15. April 14 to May 15, sun starts here. That is our 0 to 30-degree. So once the month was completed, then it moves on to Taurus. That is your Rishabha. So here it takes 1 month. May 15 to June 15, it stays here. And from the June 15 to July 16. Okay, remember this one. We saw one, sorry. We saw one example chart today, right? And if you see this, remember, this is the third is the sun is placed. And I told you the birth month of the native, we can find where the sun's location. What is the sun's location here? It is on the Mithuna. Okay. Now let's go into see our chart here. So you see this one? Now today's date was June 18. So it's correct, right? Now the June 15 to July 16, the birth month of the native is June only. Then that means they born belongs to this month. But for the English date, the 2 months are coming. But if you see in the Tamil or in the Karnataka, the month name was exactly on the whole month. But I can say you an example in Tamil. They called it one whole month as a Chitrai, Paikasi, Ani, Adi. It was like that. That whole 30 days. Now for the English date, it comes as the 2 months. So that's why the range is also given. It's April 14 to May 15, the range is also given. But if you are learning for the own local language, the exact month will be placed. That's a difference. Remember the one more thing also. whenever the Tamil New Year was happening in the Karnataka Tamil New Year or Malayalam New Year, they always start on this point. For the Tamil New Year, it's always on the April 14th, most of the time. Okay, it's maybe 1 day or 2 days here and there goes, but the New Year will start here. Okay, let's come on to class again. Then when the sun moves on to the fourth 30 degree, this is the 30, 60, 90, this is 90 to 120 degree, then that becomes your July 16 to August 17. So the same thing goes on for every month till March 14 to April 14. Till now, any doubts here? Okay, looks like no doubts. Okay, now I hope everybody have your birth chart handy. Yes? Okay, now look at your birth chart. Find where is the sun location. Take 30 seconds. Where is the sun's location? And compare against the month. Imagine if you're if you are born on the December 16. If my sun was here, then definitely I born between December 16 to January 14. Everyone able to make it? You can see where is the sun position in your chart.
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay, then I'm going to give you one homework. Okay, every time when you take any of your family members horoscope, then find out where is the sun, then check against their birth month. If that able to you find out, then you're totally good. Okay, then I move on. Okay, this is about in the Sanskrit name. This is for our understanding only. I gave this one. Mesha, it's April 14 to May 15. Vrishaba, May 15 to June 15. Mithuna, Karka, Simha, the same thing. Every 1 month. I mute yourself. Okay, every 1 month the sun moves from one constellation to the another. In other words, every month the sun moves from one Rasi to another Rasi. In another words, the sun moves from one zodiac sign to the another zodiac sign. And you may ask, why are you repeating all these sentences? But it all belongs to the same meaning. But in sometimes, if I say the sun moves from one constellation to another constellation, or the sun moves from one Rasi to another, or sometimes I say one zodiac to another zodiac. All the meanings are same. Okay. In the beginning, I'm repeating all the sentences, but later on I may stick with only one sentence. Okay. Okay. Now, someone was interested in our group, the Western sun sign. This is the Vedic sun sign. If you see this one, the Western sun sign, it starts from the Mesha. All the time, the Mesha, the 0 degree starts from the Mesha, because the sun always starts on the 0 degree. So on your Aries, Mesha only. So even though Western sun sign, this also starts from the Aries, but the month is different. It starts from the March 21 to April 21, because it's totally based on the lunar calendar. So it looks like that only. If you see in the Vedic sun sign, wherever your moon was placed, considered as the Rasi, but in the Western one, wherever your sun is placed, considered as your Rasi. Okay, that little bit of difference, but I'm not much expert in the Western sun sign, so I restrict my explanation there. Okay, this is for your understanding. Okay, here comes our. Okay, give me a second. Here we have, anyway, I need some volunteering here, but before that, I will explain this one. Oh, sorry. The sun sign and the moon sign and the rising sign. the three things we have to be very much clear on it. The sun sign is the birth month, the moon sign is your Rasi, the rising sign or the ascendant or the Lagna, all the things are same. Okay. The sun is what is the meaning of the sun sign? The location of the sun in one of the 12 zodiac signs. Okay, that becomes your birth month. And the moon, the location of the moon in one of the 12 zodiac signs, that becomes your Rashi also. Okay. Then the rising sign. Every time the Lagna is representing the native. That means the Lagna is representing the self, your ego, your what is your general character, how you will look like, what is your basic character. Everything will be defined in your ascendant himself. Okay. Then this one is based on okay. I quickly read this one. I don't want to waste the time. Okay, this is the part of the astrology, and based on the sign. Sun sign is sun sign, moon sign is based on the location of the moon, the rising sign is the zodiacal sign on the eastern horizon. You should not forget this one. Which is zodiacal sign on the eastern horizon? That is becomes your ascendant. Yeah. Anyone have doubt? Okay. Any point in time you have doubt? Please unmute yourself. You can ask. Okay, what is this indication? The sun sign indicates your basic ego and what kind of the confidence you have, how much you have, the administrative power you have, how you can proceed in your life as a person. That everything will be defined in your sun sign. The moon is a totally on your emotional side. What is your emotional inner self? How you will or you are a highly emotional person or balanced person, or you don't have bother about any kind of an emotion. Everything will be defined in the indication of your moon sign. Then the simplest thing is the beautiful thing about the ascendant is it shows it's so exactly about one's ego, one's self, what are their characters, everything you can knows about the ascendant. Most of the time in the TVs and the other shows, they prefer to uh, give the prediction based on the moon sign. They will say is a Rasi Palan. For this Rasi Palan for this year, you are doing this, you are going to be this, you are going to be that. Mostly, you don't rely on the moon sign, rely on the ascendant, because the ascendant is carries all your seven generation of ancestors karmas and your karmas, whatever it is. So you have to be rely on the ascendant thing. Then the sign changes every month. Sun sign will be changed because the sun takes 1 month to move from one constellation to another, one zodiac sign to the another. So it takes 1 month. Moon was 2.5 days, 2.5 days. Ascendant 2 hours. You remember the Earth is also rotating. So Earth it finished one constellation in 2 hours. Then it moves into next, moves into next, moves into next. Okay. 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 I'll move on to the next one. Oh, yeah. Oh, my Siri was open accidentally. Okay. Till now, everything was clear. You have any doubt? I spent 1 or 2 minutes here. Any questions? Okay. And this is the style of the drawing chart. There was, okay. We may see this also earlier, I'm not sure, but I want to, even though if it was repeating, that is also good. So there was a various type of the chart you can see. This is the South Indian chart, the square shape. Okay, it starts from here, goes in a clockwise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3, 12. And the North Indian goes in anti-clockwise. So quite confusing when start with first house here, 2, 3, 4, 12th house. It was like kind of difficult pattern. But there was a Western sun sign also. They make it as a circle, and it also goes in anti-clockwise. Okay. But we in the Shiva astrology class, we mostly seeing on the South Indian chart. Okay. Let's move on here. Okay, here comes the beautiful one. And I have to give one disclaimer here because from the Mercury and the Venus, I put that place and you have to cross verify yourself whether what my approximation date, whichever I place, is correct or not. Okay, this is my approximate. I will tell you which why I did that also. Okay, let's see how we know there was the 7 planets and the 2 shadow planets. So altogether was the 9 planets, the Navagrahas. Nava means 9, Graha means the planets. So Navagraha. So it starts from the Sun, Moon, Mercury, Mars, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, and Rahu and Ketu. If you say it as an Sanskrit name, Surya, Chandra, Buddha, Siva, Angakaraka. These are also called as the different names. Venus, Chukran, Jupiter, Guru, Saturn, Sunny, Rahu, and Ketu. Okay, let's see. Duration to cross one constellation. That means one zodiac sign. In other words, 130°. How long it will take? You will already understand. Sun takes 30 days. That is 1 month. So Sun takes 1 month to cross one constellation to another one. That means consider the Sun was in the Mesha. It takes 1 month to cross that Mesha. Moving to Rishabha, it takes next to 30 days. So 30 days, Sun will take. So then if Sun takes for 30 days, how many months will complete a year? One whole cycle, 12 houses, how much it will take? 1 year, right? That was the duration of one whole cycle. What is the meaning of one whole cycle? To finish all the 12 zodiac signs. In other words, 12 constellations. In other words, the 360° of the round, the finishing Sun takes 1 year. Okay, comes into Moon. Moon takes one constellation, 54 hours. So 2.5 days. In a duration of the whole cycle, 29 days. Okay. Then the Mercury, 3.3 days. This is, I put the disclaimer again. Venus also 3.38 days. Okay. I know why I put that also. There's a little bit of error is there that I will ask you to find out what kind of an error it is. So one constellation takes 3.3 days. So totally Mercury will take 88 days to finish the one whole cycle. One whole cycle means 12 zodiac signs. Okay. The Mars got 45 days for one constellation. So totally it is 18 Mars. Venus 3.3 days. Then it takes the duration for one whole cycle 225 days. Jupiter 360 days, and this one is very much important. Why? Because it was very big in size and takes one whole for one constellation. That means 130° takes 1 year to finish. Okay, so that's why whenever the Guru transit was happened, there was a big buzz in the world. The people will say the Jupiter was transiting from Mesha to Rishabha to Miduna to Kadaka. Becomes a very buzz in the world, right? Because of every time when the Guru is also called as an auspicious planet. Among all the 9 planets, Guru is the most auspicious planet. So that's why it has the biggest impact on everyone's life. So it takes 360 days to finish one constellation. So that means 12 years once, it finished the whole cycle. And again, the bus will come. They create one whole Angama kind of the stuff in the astrology world. They say the Guru was finished the one whole cycle. That means 12 years. Because it was finishing 12 years once, they make it as a very huge impact. You can see all this in the everyday life also. Okay. Then the Saturn. Saturn was 2.5 years. So if you see 2.5 years, in Tamil they call it as an Yelra Natasan. What does that mean? Means 2.5, 2.5, 2.5. That means 7.5, right? So when the Saturn was coming, every 7.5 years, definitely normally in a person's life, at least they will see 2 times of Saturn in their lifetime. If they were live long for 90 years, at least they can see 3 times. Okay. Normally, for one constellation, Saturn will take 2.5 years. They call it as starting phase, then the middle phase 2.5, then the finishing phase 2.5. Okay. So that's why the total it called as a 7.5, 2.5 years. Then for one whole cycle, it takes 29.5 years. Rahu, 18 months. For moving from one constellation to the another takes 18 months. Then obviously whole cycle takes 18 years to finish. Same thing for Ketu. Okay, whatever was Rahu was doing this applicable to Ketu as well, but in a different opposite manner. Okay. the outer planets are not considered. Like we see in the chart, right? Also, right? The Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. It takes 84 years, 165 years, 248 years to complete a cycle, but that is not considered. In whenever we are going through for upcoming classes, we don't consider the Pluto, Uranus, and Neptune. Okay.
There is one doubt, madam.
Yeah, please. Go ahead.
Yeah, will you please open the screen?
The previous one. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This one. You see that?
Yeah. Here, Mercury, it takes 3.3 days to cross one constellation. And whole cycle, 88 days.
Correct.
And similarly, Venus also takes 3.3 days to cross one constellation.
Okay, that's why. Yeah, that's why I tell you in the beginning the disclaimer, right? You didn't listen to my disclaimer. I guess I did one error here. I asked you to find out what is the error. Yeah, you pointed the Venus is the error, but the approximation date was wrong. That's I know when I placed that date, that days also I exactly know. That's why I gave the disclaimer in the beginning. This is the wrong dates, but it takes approximately some days. Okay. Why it was not mostly when we heard from the Keneser won't say this Mercury and the Venus days. For our understanding, I'd place it the days, but you have to find out what is the duration of crossing one constellation to the another. Yeah, that Venus days was wrong. Yes.
I have a question. Why did you list Mars before Venus? After Mercury, the fastest moving is Venus, but why you have put in Mars?
No, you can place it wherever you want. It's not. The order is. I don't have anything in the mind when it was listed down. Yeah, there was no answer for me also. But yeah, you can place it anywhere. This is for your listing. Your understanding how many days. Okay.
Vinita,
yeah.
That Saturn, you have said it takes 29.5 years. We are all scared of Sadesati. That's why this question. So, do we mean to say that we get that Sadesati effect once in 29 years, or it is a Shani Dasha? What is it actually?
Oh, okay. Wait a second. That's why I told you, right? At this one, every planet was moving. The Saturn is also moving. Okay. This crossing 130 degree. Saturn will take 2.5 years. For example, Saturn was in the Mesha. Okay, this 30 degree, Saturn takes 2.5 years to finish. So the Saturn is also have to move into the next planet, right? So the next zodiac sign. Sorry, not planet. Next zodiac sign. So Mesha, Vrishabha. Then the 30 to 60 degree again take 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Then again take 2.5 years. For this, all the 12 zodiac signs. Together, the total was 29.5 years.
Okay.
It doesn't mean you all the time you have a certain. Okay, no, you have the impact on the certain if your birth position was like that. If the certain was in kind of the position, maximum you have 7.5 years, 7.5 years only. But that what I will say. For example, in the 1 to 30 years, definitely you may or you may not have the 7.5 years of the Saturn transit. In the next 30 years, you may have the 7.5 years of the transit, and the next 30 years, you may have the 7.5 years of the transit. Otherwise, you know, but any point in time, definitely you will have the certain impact on your birth chart. Okay, there was a beautiful thing. I remember this one. The Sun, Mercury, and the Venus. Otherwise, it's called as the Shukra, Budan, and I don't want to say this one. You may get confused. Leave this one. I will definitely tell you whenever we get familiarized. Okay, right now, any point in time, the certain will come. Why I said 7.5 years? The starting point 2.5 years, 2.5 years, 2.5 years. If you see, the Sun works is a very, very slow planet. All the time, it works slowly, but the impact was really high. What I'm trying to say here was why I mentioned that the 30 years as the duration. I'm not mentioning this 30 years. One person lifetime, I divided into 30 years, 30 years, 30 years. So this first 30 years, definitely they will see the certain 7.5 years, at least 2.5 years of the impact of your certain. Then the next 30 years also like that. But if the certain was combined with any other planet, then the impact is also totally different. Till now is okay?
I'm sorry, I need a little more clarity. Does it mean to say that the initial, say, let us say that the Saturn is in the third house when the child was born or something, then initial 7.5 years only is the effect, though the Saturn effect will be there for 30 years in one house or the other, it will be moving. But are we going to say that the first initial 7 years, 2.5 into 3, is the one which is more significant? That's why it's called Sadhisati?
Okay, yes and no. Okay, wait. There is two things here. First thing, one certain will move one zodiac to the another zodiac at 2.5 years. 1 point. The another point is completing one cycle. It takes 29.5 years. Okay, this one is separate. Okay, what I said was is totally different from this one. This 2 point, keep it aside. What I'm saying was divide a person's life into 30 years, 30 years, 30 years. In the 30 years, I mean 0 to 30, 30 to 60, 60 to 90. In this 30 years, definitely they will face a phase of transit of the Saturn in this 0 to 30 years. Okay, consider the child was born on the Lagna was in the Saturn. Okay, the 2.5 years, the Lagna Sunny impact will be there. Then the next 2.5 years, then the next 2.5 years. Okay, already the child was finished in the childhood itself, the 7.5 years. Then till the 35 years, you won't come into this certain impact on his zodiac sign. But there is an influence definitely there based on the other planet position. But after 30 years, definitely this sudden transit come into this native chart position. Okay, even though if it was getting a little bit of confused here, but when you are practicing on our own chart, we will get much more clarity. But at this point in time, you just have to remember this one point. You don't need to, you forgot all other points. Remember only one. Saturn take 2.5 years of finishing one constellation, then move on to next constellation, take 2.5 years. That one point, if you remember that, more than enough. Then I will take care of other things. Don't worry.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
Madam, one point is that. Madam, one point is that means to say that in the first 30 years, this letter person lives for 90 years. The first 30 years, 1.5 years in Sadhisati will be there. Then once again in second 30 years, one more 7.5 years. Third phase also 7.5. Like that you mean to say? What you say like that?
Yeah.
First 30, let us consider a man lives for 90 years. The first 30 years, he'll have 7.5 years. Next, in the next 30, 7.5 years. So another 30 also 7.5. It is what you are correct?
Okay. It's kind of yes and no. Okay. I will take this question in the different class. Okay. Let's. I mark down this question. I will exactly give you this answer. Okay. Don't worry about this.
Okay.
Because anyway, we'll see this Saturn in a very, very detailed manner. Every doubt will be get clear. Don't worry.
Okay. No problem. No hurry.
Yeah. Sure.
Is there a digital clock of these 9 planets, madam?
Digital? What is that?
Digital clock.
What is
of these 9 planets?
Oh, what is the digital clock?
Like in a normal clock, we have minute, second, and hour needle. That way,
I don't know. I understand your point. I understand. I don't know. I exactly don't know.
No, that will be simpler to understand, isn't it?
Why?
If we have a digital clock of these nine planets.
No, why? Why you can easily understand?
No, like in normal clock, how we can see the time in hours and minutes. That way we can see where the sun is, moon is in a
Oh,
clock.
okay. There was altogether that was a different study. If you heard about this Panchanga, the Panchanga will show in a Nalike level. If you see in normally we can see hours, minutes, and seconds, right? They in the Panchanga they will go one more level also beyond our minute level also. So if you want to understand that degree by degree, minutes by minutes, you have to refer to that Panchanga. When the sun was moving, at which position, what is the degree. But anyway, all the things nowadays, we can get it from the software itself. We don't need to worry about calculate. In previously, when I was born, that time there was no software. The astrologer have to calculate the lagna position, which degree, what time, when at this point in time, what is the degree, what is the other planet's position. They have to manually calculate. Nowadays, there was so many softwares was coming. So we no need to worry about that minute calculation. The software will take care of, and it will give you the exact calculation. But the digital thing, I really have no idea. But if you really want to get into the minutes wise kind of a calculation, as per my understanding, Panchangam is the only solution for that. The Panchangam is the book. It's a consists of the 5 anga. That will may answer your question. I'm really not sure. But Panchangam is also available in online. If I remember, I can give you that link also. That one Panchangam I always follow. That one I will give you. But about the digital clock thing, I'm really not sure.
No, because of the advancement in the computing technology, I just asked.
But nowadays, most of the time, in previously, the accuracy is not that much guaranteed. And when the astrologer was writing and calculating the one, the accuracy was not that much efficient. But nowadays, the software was doing. So we don't need to worry about what is the degree of the sun. You don't need to calculate the tithi. You don't need to do all kind of the stuff. Everything you can get it in the sheet in 2-3 seconds itself. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Oh my God. I don't know why I'm slow for these 2 classes. Last 2 classes. I couldn't finish the today's class, but we already reached the 6. That's okay, fine. Let me see which we have finished. Oh, this was too much things to say. Okay, there was really too much thing to say. We'll see is on the next week. I thought I can complete all the things in today's week itself. I couldn't. We already reached 6 o'clock. That's fine. Till now, that whatever we studied in this class, you have any doubt?
No doubts about what you taught.
Wow,
But
that's awesome.
there's one small clarification, I would say. You refer to each segment of 30 degrees, those houses, as nakshatra. On multiple occasions, you called it, you said constellation. Constellation, you said, right? But I don't know very much, but isn't constellation another word for nakshatra?
Oh, okay, wait a second. Yeah, yes and no. I will tell you that one. Give me 1 second, I will show you here. Maybe probably you're not attending my first or second class. Okay, wait. I want to go to the second one. Okay, here. See, when I say constellation means, if you see this one, the Cancer, it's not only one star.
Okay. I get your point. Understood.
Understood. Great.
I know what you're saying. Thank you.
Yeah.
That we all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mostly when I oh, you want, okay, I'll finish that one. He was quick learner, he understand, but anyway, I will tell you. So when you see the star, it's not only one single star. Okay, it's a group of stars. When you say there was a considered you are an Earth planet, this 30-degree was be marked up, and in your 360-degree, that 130-degree was marked, and that celestial space will contain numerous celestial bodies, not only one star, two stars, millions and millions stars. Okay, so what the saints and sages was that they marked the prominent stars, the big one and the small one and the 10 powerful one. They marked only those stars. Okay, this one is good, this one is very powerful, this one is big. They marked this one, and they figured out what is the shape. Some comes as the looks as the tower. Some comes as the two persons are standing. Some looks like Cancer. Some look like Capricorn. Some looks like Aries. Some looks like a Pisces. It's not the normal people like us. We defined that one. It's defined by the saints and the sages. They mark it that one constellation as one star. Okay, again the star in that one constellation. 3 stars will come that we will see in the next class. But it's not the only one single star. The constellation means the group of the stars grouped together, we mark it as a zodiac sign. But in that also, we are going to see the 27 stars later on in our classes. But that is also not a one single star. For example, the Sadayam is the group of 1,000 or 100. Group of stars, number of the stars together, they call it as the Sadayam. Like that, there was every stars will have they grouped together. It may name looks like a one single word. Ashwini, Bharani, Kartika. It looks like a one single word, but it doesn't mean it's only one star. It's a group of stars grouped together. So they give it as one specific name. So that's why the star was different. So not one single star, the group. That's why I call it as a constellation. Or in 130-degree, there are the 3 stars will come. The prominent 3 stars will come. That means not only the 1, 2, 3 stars. The group of 1 group, 2 group, 3 group. So one group they call it as the Bharani. Then another group they call it as the Rogini. Another group they call it as a different one. So in 130-degree, 3 stars will come. That we will see in the later classes. I hope I answered your question. Is that clear?
Yes, clear. Thank you.
Yeah. Any questions other than this? Okay.
Madam.
Yes.
That starting you showed, no, the horizon, the birth time, that the lagna you showed in the circle. But this one horizon. This I did doubtful. What the time? Where is time? There is no time there. It is on horizon. You have shown the arrow. It is pinpointed to Cancer. So what was the? There is no mention about time. What was the time of the birth of the child? Is it how it is related to that? Is it?
Okay. This is also I told in the last class, but and that's okay. I repeat again.
You have to calculate from the day. There's some sunrise, no? Sunrise is told me. So here, what is the time then? So just for this one, now you are showing me horizon, you are showing me here. You said Venus is there, Cancer is there. Now that the child took birth on this horizon, you told me like that. So what is the time? Is it?
Okay. Okay. First thing you remember about this one. The sun is always there, star is always there. It's not it doesn't mean the sun is switched off and on. The sun is always there, star is also there in the sky. Now come into the earth. The earth was revolving every minute, every second it was revolving. Okay. So one more point we have to remember here. Whenever the earth was revolving, when it is how much it was when it was exposed, when the eastern side was coming, that time it was exposed to the sun. Okay, but when it was western side was come, it was not exposed. So when the earth was revolving again continuously, consider the one child was born. We call it as the sunrise. Again here it is when the sun rays, when the earth was also moving, but when the sun rays was first placed it on which zodiac sign, that becomes your lagna. for example, the child was born in the 6 a.m. in the morning. So that means the earth was rotating. When the earth was rotating, how you can point? Imagine you considered this is the earth and the earth was rotating. Randomly you pick this one location here. Okay. So this becomes your east at that point, east of your earth and the west of your earth. Okay. When the earth was rotating, continuously it was rotating, that point in time, when the eastern horizon becomes your landmark, the sun rays is also spread on that point. So it's not only depends on the earth, it also depends on the sun. When the sun rays was coming on that particular zodiac sign part, and his earth is also revolving, that becomes your eastern horizon. Okay, if it was hard to imagine, then imagine yourself standing before the sea. Okay, 6 a.m. in the morning, you standing before the sea. When you are standing in the rock, in front of you, the sea was there. Okay, when the sun was rising 6 a.m. in the morning, that becomes your eastern horizon, right? Consider you are standing here, the sea was here, the sun exactly the 6 a.m. the sun was rising. So that time, this becomes your eastern horizon. So you are not moving anywhere. You are still here. But when the sun, you feel like the sun is going to set. Why? Because the earth was revolving. It changes from the day to the night. So this becomes your eastern horizon. That becomes your western horizon. So when same principle apply here, the earth was rotating. Okay, then you may have a doubt. Looks like the sun rays have to be spread, sunlight, whenever the first sun rays is spread on with zodiac sign. But in the night the child was born, there was no sun. How come the sun will be spread the sun rays? The sun is always on. We have the day and night based on the earth rotation only. Even though the child was born on the night, consider the child was born on the 10:30 p.m. So that time, where is the eastern horizon? Imagine this is your north, south, east, west, northeast, like that. A direction imagine. That 10:30 p.m. when the earth was rotating, when it was crossing the eastern horizon, when it is rising the eastern horizon, what is the zodiac? That becomes your ascendant. This much clear?
No, madam. Suppose let us now you have pointed out it towards Cancer. Maybe just tell me what is the approximate time? Can you just for this one? Now, is it sunrise?
Okay. Okay, I got your point.
4 hours after sunset, sir.
Huh?
It's about 4 hours after sunset.
How it is, sir? How I little elaborate.
When you look east in the morning, sun was rising. So 180 degrees opposite to that will be sunset. And then this is 2 houses ahead of it. So it will come 4 hours after sunset.
Oh, I will go through that. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Because it is rotating, the inside earth is rotating, it will go through all the zodiac signs. That's what she explained. So in the morning at 6 o'clock, you will see sun. So if it rotates, you will see.
It is fourth. It is in fourth. This one. Fourth. This one.
You will see Taurus at sunset. It will be around Taurus at sunset. Then another 2 hours to take crossover Cancer. Gemini, and then the next 2 hours it will be there. That's when the birth Lagna.
That will be Taurus.
That is in Cancer. That's where the Lagna.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. I guess you understand.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Yeah, that's great. That's awesome. Okay. If anybody was having any doubt in that. Guess you all understand. Great. That's awesome.
Madam, this one will be recorded now. This side, madam.
I hope
this will be in the all right. I can.
Yeah, it's recorded. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, madam.
Yeah. Okay, then. If you all don't have any doubt, we'll close the session for today. We'll see you all next week. Okay, then see you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Bye
Thank you
bye.
so much.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. You're saying something, somebody?